What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Night YouTube channel. Today's video, guys, we're going to be doing a playthrough of UnderQuest. And guys, there is 1 day left for the crowd sale. So if you want to hop on the crowd sale and get some big savings for UnderQuest, now is the time to do it. This is your last chance. So there will be a link in the description of this video. Be sure to head down there, click on that link, and it'll take you over to the store page on the Game Crafter's website, and you can pick up your copy of the game. Also, these playmats will be available as well at a discounted price. And there are some really neat character sheets that you can buy as well, also at a discounted price. So again, this is your last chance to get in on the crowd sale. Now, of course, the game, the playmats, the character sheets, all that stuff will be available once the crowd sale ends, but it'll go back to full price. So if you want to get the game at a big discount, now is the time to do it. Again, link down in the description below the video. Okay, cool. Let's set the box off to the side. Put this over this way. And here we go, guys. So in today's playthrough, I've got a very particular character setup that I want to use. I played it off camera last night, and it was very powerful, and it was really, really fun. I beat the boss on level 3 of the dungeon, which I've never done before, and I was playing on the hard side of the level trackers, on the red side. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try to see if I can recreate that. Of course, it was off camera. I was just playing for fun, but we're going to see if we can recreate that and see how powerful this character is. So I'm still kind of messing around with different character combinations and stuff and seeing, you know, which characters have good synergies and things like that. And this one seems pretty good. So again, there's a lot of luck involved. So maybe I just got really lucky. Let's see how we fare today. So we're going to be playing as a Yorny. That is going to be our race. So we're going to set that up here. And then we're going to be playing as a Bastion for the class, so we'll put that here. And then our familiar that we're going to use is a one-eyed toad. So this is going to be our setup, a Yorny Bastion with a one-eyed toad. And I know I've played the Yorny on the channel before. I can't, sitting here off the top of my head, I can't remember what class we played. It might have even been a Yorny Bastion with a one-eyed toad. I don't remember, but this is what we're going to use in today's playthrough. So the Yorny starts with 1 agility. He also starts with 2 brawn and 2 mind as well. So we'll set those stats up. Also, he's getting +1 brawn from the one-eyed toad, so he's actually going to go up to 3 brawn, like so. He's got 17 health on the Yorny, +8 from the Bastion is 25, +5 from the one-eyed toad is 30 HP. So I'm going to reach way over here underneath my microphone, if I could just about do it. I'm not left-handed, so this is a little awkward. There we go. And these are spilling all over the place. Let me straighten those out. And then I'm also going to grab these ones right here. Now, I will say, the game comes with 29 of these little health tokens here. It does come with those extra health tokens that have the 5 on them, so you could count in increments of 5. But I'm fortunate enough that I also had another copy of the game to playtest before I received this copy. So I just took one of the little health tokens from that version and added it to this one. So I know it's a little I'm fortunate. I've got some extra health tokens, and I have extra of all the tokens actually. So I just added one to it so that way I can have 30 health. But it's not an oversight necessarily. You know, there's only so many tokens that can fit on the little token sheets. And again, the game comes with the 5 health tokens, so you technically do have enough, even if you have a character that, you know, goes over the 29 health tokens. So let's go ahead and put these over here, this massive tower of tokens. And again, you don't have to use the tokens. You can use the tracking cards that come with the game as well, and the little cubes to track your health. Or, excuse me, you can also use those character sheets that I mentioned in the beginning of the video and kind of track it more like you're playing like old school Dungeons and Dragons or something. So now let's go for the grit. We've got 6 + 2 is 8, +1 is 9. So grit on this character is a little on the low side. So while he's got a lot of health, his grit fairly low. Let's grab a couple more. There we go. But you'll see here pretty soon that the damage output on this character is pretty crazy, even just starting out the game. He's got a carry capacity of 12, so I'm going to put this red cube on the 13 to block that off, and then we can see that we can go up to 12 on our encumbrance tracker. We get 3 gold and 1 ration, so let's grab 3 golds. And we're going to get a ration. We're actually going to get 2 rations, and the reason is because we get 1 ration from our class, as we can see here, and then also the bonus item that the Yorni starts with is 1 ration, so we actually get 2 rations to start the game. Also, the Yorni special ability says that you restore 1 bonus health and 1 bonus grit whenever you resolve the treasure chest. So we got to keep our eyes peeled for that, dude. The Yorni loves treasure, so we're going to gain health and grit back when we resolve the treasure chest. As the Bastion, we start with the skill Fortitude, and our skill proficiency is Brawn. So let's go ahead and grab the skills, and we're going to get Fortitude, which I've got right here from the last time I played. Cool, and again, our skill proficiency is Brawn, which means that we have access to Might, Rage, and Guard for 6 experience point tokens, and then if we turn in 10 experience point tokens, we can get any of the Mind and Agility skills. Cool. Okay, let's set this over here. Next up, we start with the Trapping, the Dull Gladius. So let's snag that out of the Trapping deck. This is a really good weapon. It's very good as a starting trapping. Let's go ahead and check it out. So it's worth 2 gold. It weighs 2, so we're going to put our encumbrance tracker on 2. It's a primary hand weapon, and it says, the Dull Gladius deals 1 extra damage to all successful hits. So that's going to be a bonus damage that we get. Also, it's a brawn-based weapon, and our brawn is 3. So we can add 3 more damage to that. So right out of the gate already, we're dealing plus 4 damage. So this is what I'm talking about with this character. He seems extremely powerful, having that combination of race, class, and familiar, and all 3 of those combined are creating this situation because the Yorni starts with 2 brawn, which is already decent if you're going to be using a brawn-based weapon. But then on top of that, we're getting plus 1 brawn from the One-Eyed Toad, so it bumps it up to 3. And on top of that, since we're playing as a Bastion, we use the Dull Gladius, which is a brawn weapon, and the Dull Gladius itself adds an extra damage. So that combination right there is very, very strong for a high damage output. We'll see how it goes, though. Again, you've got less grit, so it kind of counterbalances itself a little bit here. Also, for the Bastion, when we spend 1 grit, we're going to deal 3 damage. 2 grit will deal 5 damage. 3 grit will deal 7 damage. And then over here with the One-Eyed Toad, which is really, really high numbers, by the way. Those are some really high numbers compared to some of the other class cards. The One-Eyed Toad says that we start with plus 1 on the morality tracker, so we'll set our white cube on the 1. And he says that whenever your morality moves up on the morality tracker, you gain 1 ration. Which is incredible because, of course, you can eat rations to gain back grit and health. 1 grit and 1 health per ration consumed. And considering our grit is fairly low, we're going to need rations to help replenish it, and the One-Eyed Toad's going to help with that. So we're going to try to make as many moral choices as we can throughout this playthrough. And then last but not least, of course, he gives the plus 1 brawn, which we already added to our character. And then you start with a random trinket. So let's go ahead and shuffle up all the decks really quickly before we draw a random trinket. And then we should be pretty much good to go. We'll get the quest set up after that, and then we'll head out into the game. So I think that's the cool thing about this game is, or one of the very many cool things about the game, is the character creation setup. You can create a random character like I typically do, which will give you all kinds of different combinations that maybe you wouldn't have tried, of your own volition. So you can kind of maybe find some hidden gems, with some different character combinations. Or you might run into some really challenging character combinations that make for a really fun challenge. Or you could do like what we're doing today, and you can just create your own character, and you could try to find the strongest characters, or you could try to find really interesting character combinations or really challenging character combinations. So it can even act as sort of like a difficulty gauge, which is really, really neat. And that's kind of how it works similarly in Iron Helm. Your character, depending on which one you pick, some are stronger than others, so it can kind of act as like a difficulty gauge, which is pretty cool. Also, you'll notice that we are playing on the red side of the level trackers. So typically, whenever you play UnderQuest, you'll be playing with the black side of the cards, and that's going to be like the normal variant of the game, where you'll get a fair amount of loot whenever you kill enemies. But on the red side of the cards, you get less loot when you kill enemies, and you're typically supposed to play on the red side when you beat the first adventure and you move on with your character into a subsequent adventure. But we're just going to go on the red side starting out as like a fun little challenge. And again, that's actually what I did last night, and I got to the boss on level 3 and beat the boss on level 3 of the dungeon. So yeah, it was crazy. So that kind of speaks to how powerful this character was. Either that or how lucky I was getting. We'll see. But I really think it's this character being super powerful, having such a high attack value. There we go. I had also ended up getting the Wolfsbane Blade reward card as well, so that helped a lot too, because it adds 2 to your damage. And whenever you miss with it, you gain a grit, which is great for this character since their grit is so low. It's great for any character, honestly, but especially this one because their grit is so low. Okay, so we're going to shuffle up all the trappings. We'll get those ready to go for when we take the pit stop at the Lonely Troll Inn. And then last but not least, we're going to get the quest line set up. So that way, when we're done trading with Caln at the Lonely Troll, we can just head straight out into our journey here. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to roll a die. 1 and 2 will be this card, 3 and 4 will be the middle card, and 5 and 6 will be this one over here on the right. So I'm going to do that for each pile. So we got a 3, and we'll just go through them like so, getting random quests. Also, it's going to be neat that whenever the expansions for the game start getting released, they're going to add more quest cards. So you'll have even more quests to go on, which is going to be really cool. And the more quests that get added, obviously the it'll just increase the different variations of quests that you can actually get, which is going to be really, really cool. Okay, we got this here. Hopefully I did this right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. Cool. Talking and doing stuff like that at the same time is hard for me, but we managed to pull it off. Cool. So we got our first quest here. Let's set it over this way. We're on level 1 on the hard side of the trackers. And last but not least, guys, we're going to go take a pit stop at the Lonely Troll. And we're going to visit our buddy Caln. And I just flipped over the cards. What am I doing? Let's give those another shuffle. See, I told you I can't talk and do other things at the same time. Let's go ahead and shuffle them up. And let's see what he's got. Ooh, he's got the worn staff. He's got the spiked club. He's got the prayer beads. He's got the bedroll, the worn bedroll, and the bitter remedy. There we go. That's a really good one right there. Okay. I definitely want the bitter remedy. So we're going to give him 1 gold to purchase that. Also, we never did get a random trinket from the one-eyed toad. Let's go ahead and do that before I forget. Okay, we got the ancient coin. We'll hang on to that. So that's going to bump us up to, we're at 3.5 weight right now. I also want to buy the worn staff. So the worn staff is actually really interesting, and I recommend actually picking this item up, or this weapon up, mainly because of its ability that says restore 1 bonus health or 1 bonus grit whenever you successfully craft a potion. And of course, you can only craft potions between dungeon cards. So this is a great card to have to just swap out with whatever weapon you're using, make your potion. If you're successful, you'll gain a bonus health or bonus grit, and then you can just swap it back. So it's really good. It is really, really good. So we're going to hang on to that. We're going to go up to 4.5 weight. We've got 1 gold left. I could buy the prayer beads or the worn bedroll. Let's take a look at these. The spike club costs 2, plus we don't want that. We've got the dull gladius. The prayer beads say that you gain 1 health and 1 grit, or remove 2 poison every time you resolve the altar, and it cannot be used if you have 0 or less morality. We're going to try to stay in positive morality as much as possible, so that might be good for us. We also have the worn bedroll here. It also costs 1 gold, and it says that when taking the rest action at the campsite, you may either gain 2 extra health, gain 1 grit, or remove 1 poison token. Considering we also have fortitude, which says that you gain 1 bonus health whenever you consume a potion that restores health, and it says remove 1 bonus potion whenever you rest at the campsite. It might be a little bit redundant. I don't know if we necessarily need the worn bedroll. We could just pop off if we rest at the campsite. Like, we could gain like 2 extra health or a grit. And then, we would also get to remove a poison. Like, that could be really, really good. It's either between that or the prayer beads, or we just keep our 1 gold. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the prayer beads. That way we've got a card for whenever we go to the campsite, fortitude, and we've got a card for when we find the altar, rather than 2 cards that pertain to the campsite. Now we kind of double our chances of being able to gain an effect from one of our cards. So let's go ahead and spend a gold like so, and we're going to get the prayer beads. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for not only the campsite, but now also the altar as well. So that's going to go up to 5.5, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Yep. Okay, and then we'll let Caln keep his spiked club and his worn bedroll for another traveler to come by and purchase. And we'll give these a little shuffle. There we go. Very nice. Put that up that way, and I believe we're good to go, guys. Let's go ahead and read this quest here. I think we've got everything set up. I don't think I forgot anything. We also have to keep our eyes peeled for the treasure chest as well. Yeah, I think we're ready to go, guys. We need to speak to Zola. I feel like we need to speak to Zola a lot. It says, you have been instructed to meet up with the renowned rogue Zola, who is waiting to meet with you in an abandoned dwarven storehouse, which is said to be near the entrance to the Black Mountains. With uncertainty as your sole companion, you make your way into the crags. So we need a nature, mystic, and combat quest token. So we need everything except for the wealth quest token. So let's head out into level 1, guys, and see what we've got here. We've got a skirmish. I'm going to go ahead and push my luck into a skirmish. Not a great way to start. You are taken off guard and stumble for your weapon. Draw an enemy card and add double the dungeon level to their health. In addition, draw an abomination card and apply the prefix to the enemy. Okay, so let's draw an abomination. We're going to have an unholy consuming mass. What is happening, dude? I feel like this is the first enemy I drew in the last adventure, right, guys? Crazy. Okay. Interesting. So we've got a consuming mass here. It's going to have 11 health on level 1. It does 1 damage, has 3 defense. Also, it's got treasure class A, but you'll notice that on the red side of level 1, type A, type B, and type C give you nothing. You get no treasure. Again, playing on the red side is harder. You get less loot from the enemies. He's weak to ice, and it says that if your attack misses against the consuming mass, your hand weapon is devoured, and it must be discarded, which is really brutal. So if we roll doubles, he's gonna gobble up our Dull Gladius, which would be horrible. He's an unholy enemy, so if an unholy enemy successfully hits, you gain 1 curse token, and if an unholy enemy misses in combat, they lose 2 health. He's got an initiative of 5. The downside to the Yorni is, despite his high damage output and really high health, he's got very low agility stats, so he's slow. You rarely get to go first, and it's very hard to swap weapons out. So he does have a big downside. So we're going to go ahead and roll. We need a 4 or better. And we got a 5. Nice. So 5 plus our 1 agility is 6. And of course, you're trying to match or exceed the initiative of the enemy in order to attack first. So we needed 5 or better. We got 6. So we get to attack first. He's got 11 health. We're doing 4. He's going to be blocking 3. So we're essentially only doing 1. That'll bring him down to 10. And I guess we're going to spend 3 and hope that we can just one-shot him. So we're doing 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus whatever we roll. Plus 3 is 14. Minus 3 is 11. And wow, that was extremely lucky. That was very, very lucky. We took him down in 1 shot. Most of the time, that's not going to happen. Typically, I do 1 damage because the odds are that you'll usually roll 1 damage on the dice. Okay, cool, but not this time, guys. We got super lucky and took him down in 1 shot. Again, treasure class A, we get nothing for it on level 1. We do get 2 experience points, though, as indicated by the 2 little red stars in the bottom left of the corner. So we get a couple of these little red star experience point tokens. Also, whenever you defeat a holy enemy, if you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus ingredient. So we're going to gain an ingredient. When I played last night, I got 1 ingredient the entire run, and it was like toward the end. It was a very anomalous run. That usually doesn't happen. And it was literally the Goblin's Toe, too. This is so weird. You guys watched me shuffle. Okay, we got the Goblin's Toe. You just have to take my word for it. This is so odd. Things like this happen to me constantly when I play these games. It's really strange. Okay, let's put this in here. It's like so unlikely for multiple things to all happen, and they happen. It's really strange. Okay, cool. So we got the Goblin's Toe. We took down the Consuming Mass, and we didn't lose our weapon, which is a huge plus side there. Cool. Let's go ahead and continue on. We're going to put the skirmish up on the tableau. Again, we need everything except for wealth quest tokens. So we've got the Archangel here, and you know what? We're just going to go ahead and do it. You are blinded by a flash of light that quickly fades. After your eyes adjust, you are startled to see the form of a beautiful woman with large wings. She has been sent to judge your deeds. If you have positive morality, you gain health equal to your placement on the morality tracker, and if your morality is in the negative, you lose health equal to your placement on the morality tracker. We're at positive 1, so we would gain 1 health, but we haven't taken any damage, so we're good to go there. And we're just going to put this out on the tableau, and I'm just going to set it here. And I'm mainly doing that so that we don't push into potentially an ambush, a skirmish, or an exalted foe. Let's keep on going here. We've got the false idol. Standing before you is an ominous statue of an ancient lord of the abyss. It is begging to be worshipped. What shall you do? Choose one. We could beg for power, beg for health, or we can ignore it. If we beg for power, we can gain some grit or a treasure card at the cost of moving down on the morality track. Begging for health, we would also have to move down on the morality track, and we can gain 3 health or a ration, or we can ignore it, which is what we're going to do, move up 1 space on the morality tracker and remove 1 curse. Now, we don't have any curses. Actually, you know what, guys? No, I take it back. We're going to beg for power. We're going to beg for power because we spent a third of our grit fighting that consuming mass. So I'm going to change my mind here. We're going to move down 1 space on the morality tracker and gain 2 grit. So let's do that. So we're going to move down to 0, get the side eye from the one-eyed toad, and we're going to gain 2 grit back. I was just going to ignore it, move up on the morality track, gain a ration from the toad. It said to remove a curse even though we didn't have any, but I figured, we'll go up a little bit more on the positive end of the morality track and gain a ration, but I think I'd rather just gain the two grit. Yeah, we're going to go with that. We're going to put this here because we don't need wealth quest tokens, so I'll just set that there. Let's keep on going. We've got a mushroom cave. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. You have stumbled upon a grove of young mushrooms. We're not getting any quest tokens, but we are exploring. Hey, we rolled, that was a 5 until I bumped it. We rolled a 5, so we're going to gain 2 rations. Nice. It turns out we don't need our one-eyed toad's rations. We're going to put this here. Yeah, let's put that there. We're going to leave that side open. We might draw into like an ambush with a right-sided skull, or we might just go into the exalted foe and get it that way. Before you stands a formidable foe, and there is no escape. Draw an enemy card, add double the dungeon level to their health, and in addition, you draw 2 abomination cards. You apply the prefix from the first card drawn and the suffix from the second card drawn, and this card must be resolved if revealed. So let's go ahead and flip. Oh no, we got a vile enemy. That means they're going to poison when they hit us, and it's a fishman, and he poisons also when he hits you. Yikes. Okay, we've got a vile fishman of Palma. The fishman has 5 health plus double the dungeon level, so he's got 7 health. It says that when the fishman successfully hits, you gain 1 poison. And you gain a ration if you defeat the fishman. Fish, yummy. And it says vile. If a vile enemy successfully hits in combat, you gain 1 poison. So if this guy hits us, we're going to take 2 poison. Vile enemies begin combat with 2 less health. Okay, so he goes down to 5. That essentially negates the +2 health from the level that he would get. And then enemies from the plane of Palma are immune to ice damage, and they add 1 to their defense. So his defense goes up to 3, and he's normally weak to ice damage. Now he's not, but we don't have any way to deal ice damage to him anyway. But yeah, very, very cool. I always like when not as a player, but just I guess it's neat that when the enemies get immunities from the type of magic that they're weak to, it just makes them even scarier. It's like, oh man, cool. So it just like cancels out their immunity. They're just like, or their weakness. They're just not weak to anything. Really, really cool. It gives me like Diablo 2 vibes, sort of with like immunities once you get to hell difficulty, and they're like, certain magic immune. There might be like fire resist or whatever, or ice resist, cold resist. Really cool. Okay. So he's got 6 initiative. We need a 5 or better in order to attack first. And we didn't get it. We rolled a 4. So 4 plus 1 is 5. That is not 6. The fishman attacks first. That might not be good. So he's going to be doing 1 extra damage to his roll. And let's see what else. 1 plus, 4 is 5 damage. My goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he does 5 damage right there. Okay. There goes 1/6 of our health. And he's going to poison us twice, guys. That is gnarly. That is really gnarly, because of course at the end of each level, for every 2 poison you have, you gain another poison. Really, really brutal. Also, he adds 1 to his defense, so he's got 3 defense. This guy's crazy. He's got as much defense as that consuming mass that we fought. So we're going to be dealing 4 damage, but -3 is going to be 1. So that would put him at 4. Okay, I'm going to spend 1 grit. We're going to spend 1 grit. So we're dealing 3 plus 4 is 7 damage, plus 3 is 10, -3 is 7, and he's got 5 health, and he is dead. Let's go. Let's go. Cool. So we're going to gain treasure class B. Again, we gain nothing on level 1. We gain 1 experience point, like so. We also gain, it says if you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus ingredient. There we go. So we'll gain a bonus ingredient. It's the unicorn horn. That is a different one. than I got last night for my second one. I don't remember what it was, but I know it wasn't the unicorn horn. Also, we're going to gain a bonus experience point as well. So we'll grab that. We'll put that over there, and we're good to go. We'll put the fish man under the enemy deck like so. And we'll put these over here. That was cool. That was cool. And it's so cool, man, because whenever you fight these abomination enemies, you're gonna run into so many different combinations. Like I've never fought a vile fish man of, what was it? Was it Polma? I think it was Polma. Let me see. I've got to know. Yeah, of Polma. I've never fought that before, so it's really, really cool. There's so many combinations. So let's go ahead and put that Exalted Foe card out on the tableau, and we've completed a combat quest token. We did it, guys. We got our first quest token halfway through level 1, but we did manage to do it. Exactly halfway, actually. Let's keep going. We've got the Labyrinth here. I'm going to push my luck. I'm going to push my luck. Ooh. Shouldn't have pushed my luck into a skirmish. The only silver lining here is that we're going to get another combat quest token by putting it here on the tableau once we're done with it. Okay, so once again, we're taking off guard and stumble for our weapons, so we need to draw an abomination card. All these enemies are getting abominations. This is crazy. We've got a Cursed Doom Skull. Very cool, very cool. So the Doom Skull is going to have 7 HP here on level 1. It says that if the Doom Skull misses during combat, so if it rolls doubles, it will explode, dealing 5 fire damage. You discard this card, and you gain no treasure or experience because it just explodes. And it's cursed, so cursed enemies re-roll their attack dice if they miss. And then it says if a cursed enemy re-rolls a miss and they miss again, they instantly die. So it's a little bit interesting in this case because it says cursed enemies re-roll their attack dice if they miss, but the Doom Skull just explodes when you miss. So so I guess that doesn't really pertain. It's almost like he doesn't even really have an abomination on him. So he's got 8 initiative. We've got 1 agility. In order to equal 8, we'd have to roll 7. And unfortunately, that's just not possible on a die with 6 sides. So the Doom Skull is going to get to attack first. He does +2 damage to his roll. He's going to attack. And he does 3 + 2 is 5 more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting beat up, guys. It feels like Iron Helm right now. We're taking some big hits from these enemies. The good thing about this, though, is that unlike Iron Helm, we would be like almost dead right now. We'd maybe be able to sustain like 1 more hit and then we would die. I love Iron Helm, though. Don't get me wrong. Iron Helm is amazing, too. So, okay, the Doom Skull just absolutely wailed on us. We are going to go ahead and retaliate here. How much do I want to spend? So he's got 1 defense. We're doing 4, so 3 damage. So he would go down to 4. Okay, so we're going to spend 1 grit. I like to kind of math it out beforehand so you don't end up spending more grit than you need to. And sometimes you don't even need to spend grit. You could just get away with attacking them without even spending any. So we've got 3 + 4 is 7, plus whatever we roll. +1 is 8, -1 is 7, and he's got 7 health and he's dead. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to get Treasure Class C. Once again, nothing on level 1, and we gain 1 experience point. And we are up to, I think, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got 5 experience points, guys. So we need 1 more experience point to get a skill. Also, if you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus trinket and a bonus gold. Okay, so let's grab this gold. We also get a bonus trinket as well. It's the Carved Gnome. It's worth 1 gold, and you can trade this card with Caln back at the Lonely Troll Inn, and he'll present you with 3 random treasure cards, and you may trade this card for 1 of them. There we go. Also, this is just crossing my mind. And I guess I'll just mention it here in case anyone else was kind of wondering about this. I did get a comment from someone just recently saying, I really wish you would like zoom in on all the cards so that we could see them better. And yeah, man, I totally get that. I actually used to do that for a lot of my videos. But as I've been uploading more frequently, and you know, because I've got like a set schedule and just with real life stuff going on, and I started up my my video game streaming channel, which by the way, if I can remember, I'll try to put a link in the description down below, or just look up Game Night Gaming, and it's got the same little picture of the night, but instead of being blue, it's red. So anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is to sit here and at my computer and watch a 2-hour long playthrough of UnderQuest after I've already spent 2 hours making the playthrough and then editing it and zooming in on cards and everything. It's very time consuming. It's very, very time consuming. And as much as I wish that I could do that for every video, I just don't have the time to do it, unfortunately. So sorry guys, I hope that you can at least enjoy the video, even though I'm not zooming in super close on all the cards. I hope you're still able to follow along and enjoy it. But I do appreciate that comment, and trust me, I totally get it. If I had infinite time, yeah, I would definitely love to do that, because I know it would technically make the video better. But I hope you guys are still enjoying it regardless. So I did want to mention that just in case anybody was wondering, like, oh man, like what happened to the the zoom in edits and stuff like that. It's easier to do on shorter videos, like especially when I was making my Iron Helm videos. Those might take anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes or so, and it was a lot easier for me to just sit there and edit like a a 20-30 minute video, as opposed to like a hour and a half, 2 hour long video. It's very, very time consuming. So if I did that for one video, it would take me like 6 hours, you know what I mean, that I'd have to dedicate to just this one video. So I'm sure you guys get it. That's like a third of my day, you know what I mean? So it's a lot. Okay. So already recording like a 2 hour long playthrough of one game is a pretty big time commitment. So I hope you guys appreciate it and enjoy it. So we're going to gain 1 combat quest token, and that's awesome because combat quest tokens are really, really important. They're pretty tough to get because you've got to get into combat most of the time, unless you get like the false idol or something like that. So yeah, I'm glad that we've got a couple of those already. So now we need a nature and mystic quest token. So let's keep going. We've got a clearing up ahead. We're going to go ahead and do it. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw and resolve an encounter card. So let's draw an encounter. And we've got Mizlak the Beggar. Awesome. So this is actually one of the encounter cards that I added to the game. It says, from the shadows, a malnourished husk of a man stumbles towards you, clutching a holy relic and begging for any gold you can spare. If your morality is 0 or in the positive, you may give Mizlak 1 gold and move up on the morality tracker. Now, or up 1 space rather on the morality tracker. Now we are in 0. We're at 0, so we could do that. It also says that if your morality is in the negative, Mizlak senses your wickedness and begins chanting. Roll a d6 and refer below to see what happens, and some gnarly bad things happen. But in this case, we're at 0, so we can actually give Mizlak a gold, and we'll move up 1 space on the morality tracker. So we'll give poor Mizlak the Beggar a gold, like so. And he will bless us, and we're going to go up 1 on the morality tracker. And whenever you move up on the morality tracker, you gain 1 ration from the one-eyed toad. So there we go. He was like, that was really nice. Yes, our toad can talk. He was like, that was really nice, dude. You gave that old man a coin. Check this out. I just found this PB&J. Here you go. Nice. So we're going to put this clearing right over here because we don't need wealth. So we're going to put that there, so that way it opens up the possibility for us to get either a mystic on the left side or a nature quest token on the right side here. Okay, let's keep going. We've only got a couple rooms left. We got the merchant. Dang, dude, he's double wealth tokens. We haven't seen like hardly any. I don't think we've seen any ambushes. Yeah, so I don't want to risk pushing into ambushes. No, we're going to go to the merchant. Deep in the dungeon seems like a strange place to set up shop. But who are you to question his sanity? Take any number of the following actions. We can buy and sell to the merchant. So he'll buy any treasure or trapping card for 1 gold. And he'll also give you a gold for any 2 ingredients that you trade him. So if we gave him the goblin stone and the unicorn horn, he'd give us a gold. Also, to buy from him and see the merchant's stock, you draw 2 treasure cards. Oh, baby, baby. A freaking shard axe. A spiked mace. Oh, man. And he also has 2 ingredients. The skinkling heart and the nether cabbage. Now, we're fairly broke. We did just give Mizlak the last gold coin in our pocket, but we do have this ancient coin and the carved gnome, which are each worth 1 gold. So, ingredients cost 1 gold each. So what I think I'm going to do is buy both of those. So we're going to give him the ancient coin and the carved gnome, which again are each worth 1 gold. And with that 2 gold, we'll buy his 2 ingredients since they cost 1 gold apiece. So we've got 2 ingredients, and that should not have changed our encumbrance since they each weigh half a weight. Let's double check our encumbrance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're actually up to 7 now. Okay, and then as much as I would like to buy the shard axe or the spiked mace, we're going to let him hang on to these, and we'll put these underneath here like so. There we go. Cool. And then we're going to put this guy, where are we going to put him? What are we likely to draw? We haven't drawn any cards that have, oh no, we have. We've drawn 2 cards that have the Mystic quest token on the right side to match up over there. And we've drawn 1, 2, and we've also drawn 2 cards that have the nature quest token on the left side, which we need here. So it doesn't really matter. It's a 50-50. Let's see if we can win this coin flip here and see what we get. Yes, we did. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We found a treasure chest. You open the chest to find that it is almost empty. Gain 1 trinket. So let's go ahead and gain a trinket. And we get the purple marble. You may discard this card to add 1 to your initiative roll before you roll, and they're worth more gold depending on how many marbles you have. 1 gold is worth 1 marble, so we'll hang on to that for now. It's going to bump up our encumbrance to 7.5. Also, the Yorni says that you restore 1 bonus health and 1 bonus grit when you resolve the treasure chest. So we're going to gain back a grit. We're going to gain back a health. Very nice. And then we also get to set this here on the tableau, and we complete a Mystic Quest token. So let's grab our Mystic Quest token. And there we go. We're at the end of level 1. Not too bad. We're just missing that Nature Quest token. Surely we'll get that on level 2, right, guys? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So there we go. That was the end of level 1. We're definitely going a lot slower than the playthrough that I did with this character last night. Like I mentioned a couple times already, I got to the boss on level 3. So yeah, which again, I've never done before. And as I was playing that playthrough last night, I was like, man, I wish I would have recorded this, but it was really late, and I was actually getting ready to go to bed. I was actually in bed, and I was like, man, I really want to play UnderQuest. So I got up and I came in here and I played a round of UnderQuest, and I didn't record it. I just played it for fun. Sleepy game night. And yeah, it was like the best run I've ever had in the game, it turns out. So there we go. Let's put that right there. Not to say that there wasn't adversity in the run. There definitely was. But yeah, I actually beat the boss on the 3rd level. Crazy. Okay, so we're going to eat a ration in between levels. We're going to gain a grit and a health. I'm pretty sure in the last playthrough I did, I forgot to do that whenever I was eating rations between levels. I think I might have forgot to do that. Also, we've got 2 poison, so that means we gain another poison, because for every 2 poison you have in between levels, you gain an extra poison token. So we're up to 3 now. And now we're going to go into level 2. And this is pretty cool because now we're actually going to be able to get stuff. On level 2, you actually get loot whenever you kill enemies. Not as lucrative as the loot that you would get if you play on the flip side, if you play on the black side of the card here, but play it on the red side, you're still going to at least get some stuff here on level 2 rather than nothing on level 1. And I think we're looking okay. I don't know if we necessarily want to use any of these yet. We can maybe try to, let's see, can we try to get some poison off of us? Ooh, it's going to be very hard. We could try. Let's try. Let's try to make a potion and get some poison off of us. What we're going to do is we're going to swap out our Dull Gladius for our Worn Staff, like so. So again, you restore a bonus health or bonus grit whenever you successfully craft a potion. So we're going for the 3 poison removal on the top row, so we don't need to shift them. So 4 plus 2 difficulty is 6, and we've got 2 mind, which means that we need to roll 4 or better. So we got a 50-50 shot here. And we got it with the 5. So 5 plus 2 is 7. That equals or exceeds the difficulty of 6. So we managed to craft the potion, and we get to remove 3 poison, which is all 3 of the poison that we have on us. Let's go, dude. A unicorn horn skinkling heart potion. Who would have thunk it? There we go. That was amazing. That's going to free up a weight. So we go down to 6.5. Also, you restore a bonus health or 1 bonus grit whenever you successfully craft a potion. And we were successful. So I'm going to restore a grit. Let's go ahead and get a grit back. I feel like we're doing pretty well on health right now. Okay, we're doing pretty well on grit too. We got full grit. We got all of our grit right now. Also, we need to keep our eyes peeled for the campsite in case we rest. For the fortitude card, we need to continue looking out for the treasure chest card for our ability on the Yorni, and also the altar for the prayer beads, I believe is what it is. Yeah, and did we resolve the altar last time? We might have, and I might have forgot to use the prayer beads. I don't know. I don't remember. Goldfish memory. Put the emojis down below. Here we go, guys. Level 2. We've got an ambush to start things out. You catch your foe by surprise, and you gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and add double the dungeon level to their health. You get to attack first. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw. We're not going to push our luck. Ooh, we got a little goblin, dude. So he's going to have 7 health. He's got 3 health, and then double the dungeon level of 2 is plus 4 to his 3 is 7. If the goblin misses during combat, you gain 1 grit, and you may avoid a battle with a goblin by spending 1 trinket. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to give him the purple marble, and we're just going to avoid this battle. We will just avoid it. I would rather sacrifice the marble than spend grit fighting him. You know what? We could maybe just kill him. You know what, man? Hold on. I'm second guessing this now. He's only got 7 health. No, 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 no. I'm gonna give him the marble. I'm gonna give him the marble because I think it's gonna cost me grit. So I'd rather give up the marble. So we'll just avoid combat with the goblin entirely. There we go. So he's gonna go over here, and we'll just avoid that entire situation and run away from our problems. Cool. So we're gonna put the ambush out on the tableau, and plus now the goblin's got a cool new marble to play with. Let's keep on going here. We got a mushroom cave. We're definitely gonna go. You have stumbled upon a grove of young mushrooms, and we rolled a 2, and ooh, these are some nasty mushrooms. We got poisoned, so we got 1 poison on us. We're gonna put this out on the tableau, and we get a nature quest token. Boom, just like that, dude. That is what we need. That is exactly what we needed. Also, I just realized I've got my worn staff still equipped, so while we're in between dungeon cards, I'm gonna swap that back. Forgot to swap those back. All right, there we go. Cool. We can complete this first quest. Here we go. So we've got a nature, mystic, and combat. So we got nature, we got mystic, there we go, and we've got a combat. And we still have a combat token left over, which is awesome. There we go. Cool. After a few close calls, you find your way into a large, dusty room full of barrels and crates. Zola is camped out in a dark corner and rises to meet you. She speaks hurriedly of a place within the dungeon that should have clues for your mission. She hands you a ration, gain 1 ration, and then, as quickly as she spoke, she gathers her things and is off into the darkness. So let's go ahead and gain a ration. And let's see what information she gave us. After being given some direction, you begin to make your way deeper into the dungeon. The crypt you are to discover is said to house some ancient texts that refer to a magical item of great power. It says that you may spend 2 ingredients instead of a mystic quest token for this quest. So we need mystic, wealth, and combat. We've already got the combat. We technically do already have a couple ingredients that we could spend for the quest, for the mystic quest token. So we really just need a wealth quest token, but we'll keep our eyes peeled for a mystic quest token as well. So we're looking for mystic and wealth. Let's keep on heading deeper in. We've got a campsite. Ooh, this is good. This is good because we've got fortitude here. You have found a relatively quiet spot to set up camp, but you shouldn't linger for too long. Pick 1 action below. You can cook, rest, or search. We're going to go ahead and rest. So to rest, it says to spend 1 ration to gain D6 health and remove 1 poison. So we're going to spend 1 ration. We are going to gain D6 health. We gain 1 health, and we're going to remove 1 poison. And we've also got fortitude, but I don't think it actually matters in this case. Remove 1 bonus poison whenever you rest at the campsite. We don't have any poison left on us, so we're good to go there. Cool. That was really helpful. That was very, very useful. Let's put this out on the tableau, and we're going to get a nature quest token, which we don't need for this particular quest that we're on, but we might need it for a future quest. There we go. Let's keep on trekking deeper into level 2. And we've got a labyrinth here. I'm going to... Ooh. I'm going to push my luck. I don't want to lose my ration. Oof, into a skirmish, man. These skirmishes are brutal today, guys. You're taken off guard and stumble for your weapon. So we get an abomination, and we get a shade, a hardened shade. So the shade has 9 health, plus 4 is 13. Go up to 13 health. It also says that before combat, you make a mind check, and if you fail, you take 3 ice damage. So we need a 5 or better. And we got a 1 plus 2 is 3, so we're going to take 3 ice damage. Yikes, dude, that's a lot of damage. When the shade successfully hits, you gain a curse token. Hardened enemies begin combat with 1 extra defense. So he's got 3 defense. And then hardened enemies subtract 1 from their initiative. So he's got 7 initiative. So we need to roll literally a 6. Ooh, we almost got it. 5 plus 1 is 6. But he's got 7 initiative, so the shade's going to attack first. He's doing plus 1 damage. So he's going to go ahead and attack also. What is going on over here? Okay, there we go. He's doing plus 1 damage. So he does 3 plus 1 is 4 damage. We're getting beat up this game, guys. We're getting beat up on. Okay, he's got 13 health. He's got 3 defense. Dude, all these enemies with this 3 defense is killing us, guys. So we're going to do 4. Minus 3 be 1. Oof, yeah, we're going to have to hit this guy several times, I think. So if I do 7 grit, that'd be 8 damage, and even if I roll a 5, it'd be 13. We could actually one-shot him if we do maximum damage. Let's try it, because it would be insane if we actually did it, how lucky it would be. So we're doing 7 plus 4 is 11 plus... Oh, man, if this would have been a 1. We were halfway there with the 6. So 11 plus 3 is 14. Minus 3 is 11 damage. and they go down to 2 health. Yeah, man, we needed that 2 extra damage if this would have rolled to a 1 like that. It was worth a shot. That would have been very, very cool. Okay, the Shade's going to retaliate. It's doing +1 damage. And it does 2 damage this time. Not too bad. We're not going to spend any grit here. We should be able to finish it off. We're doing 4 plus 1 is 5, minus 3 is 2, and it's got 2 health, and it's dead. We just had to not miss right there. Cool. Oh, also, when the Shade successfully hits, you gain a curse token. So we were actually supposed to gain a curse from that successful hit that it had on us. Cool, so we took it down. It's got a treasure class of A. We can gain a ration and a gold, or a treasure. I think I want to go for the treasure. The Yorny can hold a lot, so let's see what we've got here. The hidden stash. Discard this card to gain one of the following: 1 ingredient and 1 trinket, or 1 gold and 1 ration. So it looks like we're going to end up getting a gold and a ration either way. Let's actually go with the ingredient and the trinket. That sounds cool. So let's grab an ingredient. We get the Serpent's Eye. That is very, very good. It's one of my favorite ingredients because you can get back 2 grit, and it only has a difficulty of 2. This is I think this is my favorite ingredient in the game. It's so powerful. Also, we gain a trinket. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, a trinket. A trinket. Let's go ahead and draw. We get the Rusty Key. It's worth 1 gold, and you may discard the Rusty Key in order to redraw a new treasure card, but you must take the new result. So we'll go ahead and put that down that way, and we're going to put the stash over here. There we go. Okay, and we also get 2 experience points, like so. And also, for defeating a hardened enemy, if you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus trinket. So we get another trinket, and we got the green marble. Let's take stock of our weight here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Okay, we're up to 7.5. Very nice. And the Shade is dead. We'll put him underneath here in the discard pile. Same thing with this abomination. And guys, we got a bunch of XP. I think it's time to learn a new skill. And I already know which one we're going to get. We're going to go for might. Okay, so we're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to spend 6 experience points. And we're going to learn a new skill. And we're going to go with might. You were born larger and stronger than your peers, making you capable of remarkable feats. Whenever you are asked to perform a brawn check, you may add 1 bonus point to your roll. And most importantly, guys, whenever you successfully hit during combat with a brawn-based weapon, like this dull gladius right here, you may add 1 bonus damage. Boom, our damage goes up to 5 now. Crazy, crazy damage output. Awesome, we're going to set these back over this way. Might is an amazing skill, dude. It is an amazing skill to learn. Put these over this way. Plus, you get the bonus of +1 to your brawn checks, which is awesome, too. Okay, cool. So we completed the skirmish. I'm going to put this... I'm tempted to get the Mystic Quest token, but man, I really just want to get... I want to get this Combat Quest token, I think. Yeah, we're going to go for the Combat Quest token. I think that might pay off for us in the long run. We can get Mystic Quest tokens from other things like what are they called? Clearings and stuff like that. So let's keep on going. Look, perfect example, dude. A clearing. And look, we're going to get the Mystic Quest token. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw and resolve an encounter card. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw. And we got the Delirious Recluse. Shh, come over here. You hear these words caress your ear. You spot a crazed-looking old woman muttering to herself. I have seen the toad-headed one walk on water, and I have heard the whispers from the Mush Grove. You may attempt to decipher the words of the Delirious Recluse. Make a mind check. If you fail, lose 1 grit. If you succeed, you gain 1 Mystic Quest token. Do we want to do it, guys? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. It says you may attempt, so you can choose to or you can choose not to. So we're going to make a mind check. We got a mind of 2, right? Yeah, mind stat of 2. We need a 5 or better. Ooh, we didn't get it, man. We didn't get it. So if you fail it, you lose a grit. It would have been nice if we would have succeeded because we would have gained a Mystic Quest token, but it is what it is. It's fun to gamble and go for it sometimes. So we didn't get it this time, but we are going to get the Mystic Quest token anyways. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. And now we just need this Wealth Quest token. And yeah, what was it? We could give up 2 ingredients for a Mystic Quest token. Okay, so that still is an option, but we need a Wealth Quest token now. We've got a skirmish. I'm going to push my luck past it into the False Idol. It says, standing before you is an ominous statue of an ancient lord of the abyss that's begging to be worshipped. What shall you do? I think what we're going to do is ignore it. We're going to move up 1 space on the morality tracker and remove 1 curse. So we're going to move up 1 space on the morality tracker, remove a curse, and whenever we move up on the morality tracker, our one-eyed toad gains us a ration. There we go. And I'm going to put this here because we need the wealth quest token, so we want to keep that option open for us. We've got an ambush. Oh man, I always say to resolve these first, but considering there's literally only one card out on the tableau that has a wealth quest token on it, I feel like we've got a good shot at pushing into one. Like pushing into the merchant right here would be sick. I might have played this game a couple times, guys. I might know what I'm talking about. Deep in the dungeon seems like a strange place to set up shop, but who are you to question his sanity? Take any number of the following actions. Let's go ahead and see what he's got for sale. No, the deck is not stacked. We've got an arrow trap and a mimic right off the top. He cannot have either of those, so thank you, Mr. Merchant, for getting those out of the way. Oh, okay. He's got scale armor. Oh my, he's got woodland boots. Oh, baby. Uh-oh, guys. I'm getting excited now, dudes. We got fresh blood. We got an ogre's toenail. We've got no gold, though. We got a rusty key and a green marble. You know what I mean, dude? We got to get the scale armor, dudes. It's 5 gold. Okay, we've got 2 gold here between the rusty key and the green marble. That's 2 gold. We could sell him the prayer beads for a gold. We could sell him the worn staff for a gold. And then we could sell him the goblin's toe and the nether cabbage for a gold. Okay, so we're going to sell him these 2 ingredients. He's going to give us a gold. So we'll just keep track. So that's 1 gold. I'm going to sell him the marble, which is worth 1 gold. I'm going to sell him the rusty key, which is worth a gold. And he buys treasures and trappings at 1 gold apiece. So 1 gold for the prayer beads and then 1 gold for the worn staff. So we're up to 5 total gold. So we're going to put the worn staff over here in the trapping deck. Same thing with the prayer beads, right? Yes, trappings. Okay. There we go. We didn't really get to use the prayer beads, but it's okay. The scale armor is going to be amazing. And then we got these 2 trinkets as well that we're cashing in. There we go. And we get the freaking scale armor. Amazing armor, dudes. Scale armor. It's worth 5 gold. It weighs 3 weight. It goes on your body. Subtract 2 damage from all enemy attacks. So we are going to subtract 2 damage, like so. It says that wearing the scale armor lowers your agility by 1. Your agility may never be reduced to less than 1. So essentially, we're already at 1. We're not even really paying any penalty for wearing the scale armor, dude. So let's freaking go. Incredible, dude. We're going to be blocking 2 damage now. Let's go. He can keep his other stuff. There we go. The woodland boots are also very good. They add 1 to your initiative rolls before combat. Unfortunately, we don't have the gold for it. How much do they cost? 3? Yeah. We definitely don't have the gold. I was going to see if maybe we could sell something else, but we don't want to sell the bitter remedy. And we definitely don't want to sell the dull gladius. As a matter of fact, we're going to drink the bitter remedy right now, and then we're going to fix our encumbrance. Discard to restore 3 health and 1 grit. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab 3 health back and 1 grit. And then you roll a d6, and if the result is a 1, you gain 1 poison. And it's a 2, so we do not gain the poison, and this is a trapping. Amazing trapping, guys. Amazing. Such a good potion. Well, oops, it just fell clean off the table. Hold on. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. Where'd that thing go? There we go. It went flying, dude. It went flying all the way off the table somehow. There we go. Okay, hold on. Let me resituate myself here. I got Ziggy down here on my footrest. Okay. Cool. That was really, really good. Okay, so we got some health back. We got a little bit of grit back, and we didn't get poisoned for it, which is awesome. Okay. Let's take stock of how much we got. We got 2, 5, and a half. We dropped a bunch of weight right here, so we're down to 5.5. Dude, we can hold so much more, dude. It's freaking good. We can hold like 6.5 more weight. All right, and then we're going to put the merchant out on the tableau, and boom, we got ourselves a wealth quest token, which is what it's all about, guys. Do the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. We got a mystic quest token. We got a wealth quest token. Let's go. We've also got a combat quest token. I told you those were going to come in handy. You enter the quiet crypt, but you are not alone. Draw enemy cards until you locate an enemy weak to holy damage, and you add the dungeon level, not double the dungeon level. You add the dungeon level to its health and resolve combat. So let's go ahead and draw enemies. So we find a holy one. There we go. It's weak to holy damage. We got the white, one of the easier ones. So this is pretty lucky. He's got 4 health plus 2. Again, it's plus the dungeon level, not plus the double with the locate the crypt quest card. Before combat, you make a mind check, and if you fail, you lose a grit. So our mind is 1. We need a 6. We didn't get it, so we're going to lose a grit. There we go. When the white successfully hits, you lose 1 grit. So it's got 4 initiative. So we need a 3 or better. And we got it. 3 plus our 1 agility is 4. So we get to attack first. Again, you just need to equal or exceed. You don't need to exceed it. It's equal or exceed the initiative of the enemy. So we get to attack first here, guys. He's only got 6 HP, and we're doing plus 5 damage, and he's got no toughness, or no defense, rather. Let's go ahead and just attack him. So 5 plus 5 is 10, and he's dead. He's only got 6 health. And no defense. My gosh, dude. We just crushed him with the Dull Gladius. We just chop his head clean off before he even knows what happened. He's got a treasure class of C. So 1 ration or 1 trinket. Let's grab the ration. Let's grab the ration. If I can just about put it on there. There we go. There we go. We also gain an experience point. Cool. So now we've got 2 experience points. So now if we run into the altar, we'll be able to beg for guidance and spend 2 experience points in order to gain a quest token of our choice. Fingers crossed we're able to find that here before the end of the level. It says, after dispatching of your foe, you search the crypt by torchlight. On a pedestal, you find an old scroll that mentions a mystical or a magical item. With renewed purpose, you trek onwards. Okay, so let's see what the scroll says. The scroll told of a magical ring that was lost by an aging druid long ago. It hinted at a hidden meadow where the druid often gathered herbs and communed with the small critters that made it their home. You may spend 2 trinkets instead of a wealth quest token for this quest. Okay, we don't have any trinkets, but we do need Mystic, Nature, and Wealth. So we don't need Combat quest token. Okay, so let's keep on going. We're looking for that altar, dude. We've got a clearing. I kind of want to push my luck. I never push past clearings, but I kind of want to push. I want to find the altar. I mean, we could have passed it up. It could be in there, but I'm going to actually push my luck. I don't recommend doing this normally. Yeah. Don't recommend doing that normally. Why do I go against my instinct, guys? Why do I go against what I know is the better play? Exalted foe. Before you stands a formidable foe, and there is no escape. There is no escape from this sinful Flyclops of Norcia. But check it out. You may avoid a battle with a Flyclops by discarding 1 ration. Here you go. Eat this. Leave us alone. Done. Like that. That easy, dude. That easy. I really like those enemies, like the wolf and the Flyclops, that you could just give them a ration and they just go away. It's pretty convenient, especially when you get them as an exalted foe. So we kind of lucked out right there. Let's put this. Ooh. Let's put it. Oh man, I guess we'll slide this over. We're gonna put it over here. Either way, we need Mystic and Wealth, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and put it there. And okay, nice. We lucked out because we're going to be able to combine these 2 to make the Mystic quest token. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw and resolve an encounter card. Bam. Oh no, this one's nasty, dude. You are struck by an eerie silence as you stumble into the clearing. A blinding darkness quickly envelops you. You are deaf and blinded. You realize that wizardry is at play. Make a mind check. We need a 6. Oh my god, we freaking did it, dude. 6 plus 1 is 7. We passed the check, of course. I know I say this all the time, but in case you're new to the game, or if you don't remember, you need to roll 7 or better for all the skill checks in the game, and you always add your stat to it, depending on what it is. So it's a mind check. We've got 1 mind, plus 6 is 7. We actually passed the check. If you succeed, the black fog evaporates, and your foe is startled, and they drop their loot and run off into the darkness. Gain 1 treasure card and 2 trinkets, dude. Let's go. So we gain a treasure. The Amber Blade, let's go. Add 3 damage to all successful attacks against enemies weak to fire. Very, very powerful. We'll hang on to that. It weighs 2. So we're up to, what are we at? 7.5, I believe. 3, 5, 7.5. Yep. We also gained 2 trinkets as well, man. He dropped a bunch of loot for us. We got the Romantic Poems worth 1 gold. It says that you may discard the Romantic Poems while resting at the campsite to gain 2 grit. Pretty cool. So we'll hang on to that over this way. And we also get another trinket. We get a second trinket. It's the Loose Pearls. They're worth 2 gold. And if you encounter the Gibbering Fool, which is one of the encounter cards, you may give him the Loose Pearls. In doing so, will move you up 1 space on the morality tracker and gain you 1 experience. The One-Eyed Toad likes that, dude. He likes the sound of that. Cool. This went from being potentially really bad to really good. I really like cards like this because they create a lot of tension. When you draw them, you're like, oh man, you know, and it creates that sort of just tension and emotion. Really, really good. And then we get to put the clearing out on the tableau, and we get ourselves a Mystic Quest token like so. And that is the end of the level, and we're just missing the Wealth Quest token in order to complete that next quest. So let's get all of these. And yeah, this is, we're definitely not going to be able to recreate the game that I played last night because we're going to level 3 and we're on quest 3. So yeah, by this point last night, I was on the, I think I was on the 6th quest or like the 5th quest or something. And then I just blasted through both of them at the end in level 3. Crazy. Okay, let's get these mixed up for the next level. There we go. Cool. And we're going to eat a ration. And I remembered once again to gain a grit and a health for doing so. There we go. Look at me go, guys. We don't have any poison, so we don't gain any poison. And we go to level 3. Like so. And there we go. Okay, cool. Let's head straight in, guys. Let's head straight into level 3. I'm contemplating if I want to swap out weapons. Because that's the thing, like I was saying earlier. We've got such a crappy agility score that swapping weapons before combat once you see the enemy is going to be very tough. Very, very tough. Because you have to make an agility check, which means that we'd have to roll a 6. Because we'd add our 1 to the 6 in order to reach 7. Yeah, so the Yornie's not very nimble. He hits very hard, but he's slow. So you basically just have to preempt if there are going to be enemies weak to fire. And what we could do is we could actually snoop through the discard pile, see if we've seen any enemies weak to fire. Only 1. Only the Goblin, meaning we are going to run into some enemies weak to fire. Dude, let's go ahead and swap out before we even reveal the dungeon card. Yeah, let's go ahead and swap, because of course you could do that freely between dungeon cards. Let's go ahead and flip. We've got a clearing. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw and resolve an encounter card. Okay. Ooh. You are approached by a kind old man who tells you he long ago retired from adventures, but that his heart grew restless, so he now wanders the great dungeon. He offers you one of the following blessings. We can recharge and reactivate a spent incantation, but we're not a wizard. We don't know any incantations. Or he can give you treasure. You can gain 2 ingredients, or healing, and you'll gain d6 minus d6 health. Let's gain the health. Let's gain the health. Nice. So we get 3 health back. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Thank you, Sortab. That was awesome. Sortab heals us, dude. He uses his healing balm and cures our wounds. Let's put the clearing out on the tableau. And let's keep on going. We got this wealth quest token available too. We need that. We need a left-sided wealth. And we didn't get it, but we did get the Archangel. And we're at +2 on the morality tracker. So we're going to gain 2 health. Like so. And then I'm going to place this here on the tableau. So we leave that wealth quest token option available. See if we can get it here. We did. It's a skirmish though. You know what? I think I'm going to do it because I want that wealth quest token. So we're going to do it. You draw your weapon and square off against your foe. Draw an enemy card and add double the dungeon level to their health. So we've got a troll. Oh my God. He is weak to fire. We got a troll. He's got 9 health plus double the dungeon level. 3 is 6. So he's got 15 health. This is a big boy. It says if your attack misses against the troll, they will heal 3 health, and you may avoid a battle with a troll by discarding 3 trinkets. We only have 2 trinkets, so that is not an option for us. He's got 6 initiative with our 1 agility. We need to roll a 5 or better to attack first. And we got it, man. 5 plus the 1 is 6. It equals or exceeds his 6 initiative, so we attack first. And luckily for us, we've got the Amber Blade, so we're dealing 3 fire damage as well. So we're going to be dealing 5. He's got 2 defense, so that's going to be 3 damage, which is going to knock him down to 12. And then 3 more damage from the fire is going to knock him down to 9. And then if I spend 3 grit, we're going to deal 7 and put him down to 2, which means I would need to roll at least 2 damage with the dice. So I think that's what we're going to go for. We're going to try it. So we're going to spend 3 grit. We're doing 7 plus 5 is 12 plus... We got it. Plus 2 is 14. Minus 2 is 12 damage, which puts him down to 3. And he's weak to fire. And you add 3 damage to all successful attacks against enemies weak to fire. And he's dead. Look at that, dude. We mathed it out perfectly, and we got lucky hitting for the extra 2 damage right there, and we took down the troll. Let's go. So we are going to get a treasure class of A. So type A is 2 ingredients or 1 treasure. Let's get the treasure, guys. Treasure sounds fun. Let's grab a free treasure card here. Ooh, not really what we want. The bleeding circlet. It goes on your head. It weighs 1. Once per dungeon level, you may use health instead of grit to cast an incantation. Again, we don't have any incantations, but we're gonna put it on our head anyway, dude. We're gonna be styling and profiling. So I think we're at 8.5. Let's double check. 1, 3, 6, 8, 9.5. Actually, there we go. We're up to 9.5. We also gained 2 experience points for defeating this guy, and we're up to 4 XP. Nice. We'll put him under here. So not the greatest treasure to get, unfortunately. It's fantastic if you are a spellcaster. Okay, we're gonna get a wealth quest token. But if we happen to run into the merchant, we could sell it to him for a gold. So it essentially equates to a gold. Not great, but it is what it is. Let's grab the quest deck. I wasn't sure what deck to grab. I was like, wait, skills, driving? No, quests. Cool. So we've got a mystic quest token, like so. We've got a nature quest token, and then we've also got the wealth quest token. And it says to make a mind check. Uh-oh. Okay. We need, was I saying that I had 1 mind earlier? I couldn't see it behind the stack of health tokens. I might have been saying I had 1 mind. It's okay, though. We're having fun, guys. I am a human being. I'm bound to make mistakes. Let's go ahead and roll. We need a 5 or better. We didn't get it. So it says if you succeed, you locate the hidden meadow. But if you fail, you lose 2 health, but you eventually find the hidden meadow. So we are going to lose 2 health. There we go. Just as you are about to give up searching for the ring, you find it. Gain the Druid's Ring reward card. You also find a letter instructing an unknown person to capture a pesky adventurer. A new quest is at hand. So we gained the Druid's Ring reward card, which unfortunately, much like the bleeding circlet, doesn't do us any good at all. At all whatsoever. If only we were a spellcaster. So we grab the Druid's Ring. It's an accessory. Once per dungeon level, you may reactivate a used incantation for the cost of 1 grit. So we'll go ahead and hang on to that. That also, I was going to say this equates to 1 gold, but you actually cannot sell reward cards to the merchant or to Calm. So you're kind of just stuck with them. So you know what? I'm just going to drop it, but we may, for whatever reason, learn the wizardry skill. You know what I mean? So maybe we just hang on to it. Maybe this is our calling, dude. Maybe the universe is trying to tell us that we're actually supposed to be a wizard and not a barbarian slashing people down with swords. Who knows? We'll see. We'll hang on to it for now. There's no reason to drop it now. If we get to a point where I'm at max encumbrance and we pick up something and I have to drop something, then the Druid Rings or the Bleeding Circlet will be the first to go. Cool. So we've got, let's see, a new quest at hand. So we're on to quest 4. We're halfway through our quest here. It says, rescue Olive. The clues found mention a healer from Norsha called Olive. You think you may have heard of the name before. It sounds like she is being held in Bel Alrum by bandits, where they will likely send word seeking a ransom for her release. We need nature, combat, and mystic quest token. See, guys, I told you that combat quest token would come in handy. I'm glad that we have that. So let's keep on going. We need nature and mystic, and we've got an exalted foe on our hands, guys. I'm very good at running into these exalted foes. I'm like an exalted foe magnet. We've got a leeching wood hag of Sivlik. I am pretty sure I've never fought this combination before. So she's going to have 5 health plus 6, so she will have 11 health. Before combat, make a brawn check. If you fail, you lose a grit. Now, when we make brawn checks, we gain +1 to our roll. So we're actually having 4 brawn, so we need a 3 or better. And we got it with the 4. So we pass, so we don't lose a grit. When the wood hag successfully hits, she heals 2 health. If a leeching enemy successfully hits in combat, they heal themselves for 2 health. Okay, so she's going to heal 4 health. If a leeching enemy misses in combat, they lose 2 health. And enemies from the plane of Sivlik are immune to holy damage, and they add 2 damage to all of their successful hits. And she's weak to fire, and we've got the freaking Amber Blade, dude. She's got 6 initiative. We need a 5 or better. Oof, and we didn't get it, unfortunately. So the wood hag is going to attack first. She does 1 extra damage. We're blocking 2 with our scale armor, so -1 to her roll. So she does 2 damage. -1 is going to be 1, but she also adds 2 damage to all of her successful hits. So she adds 2 extra damage. And then also she would actually heal 4 health, but she's at full health right now. So she's just going to stay put. Okay, so she's got 11. She's got no defense. We're hitting her for 5. That's going to knock her down to 6. And then I'm going to spend... Oh, also, and then 3 more from the Amber Blade is going to bring it up to... Or bring her down to 3. So I'm just going to spend 1 grit. And we just need to not miss. So we're dealing 3 plus 5 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. So she takes 11, and she's already dead with just that. Plus the 3 extra fire damage to add insult to injury. So she is roasting on the ground, dude. She is just burnt to a freaking crisp. She's got a treasure class of B, which is 1 trinket and 1 ration, or 1 trapping. A trinket and a ration or a trapping. I'm not sure which one I want. Trinket and a ration or trapping. We could get like Godfrey spirits. I'm gonna go for the trapping. Guys, I'm getting really lucky this run. This is awesome, man. This is fun. Is this how it feels? This is so cool. It's like my game knowledge is actually like, it's like merging with luck. It's awesome. This is awesome. Okay, we've got Godfrey spirits here. We're going to hang on to this. We're going to use it in just a moment. That is so cool. It weighs 1, so we're up to 11 and a half, I think. Let's see. 1, 3, 6, 8, 10, 11 and a half. Yep. And then we also gain an experience point, like so. Also, if you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus ration. There we go. So we did get a ration anyway, and we gain a bonus experience point. And I think we're at 6 experience. Dudes, that was very successful. That was a very, very successful battle right there and loot collection. Let's go. Okay, cool. So we're going to use Godfrey Spirits now. And the reason I picked it is because we're getting really low on grit, or the reason I went for the trapping hoping we would get this is because we're so low on grit. Discard to restore 3 grit. Okay, let's do it. We get 3 grit back. Hell yeah. Roll a d6, and if the result is a 1, you gain 1 curse token. And we rolled a 6. Take that, bro. Get out of my freaking town, dude. Cool, so we've used 2 of the strongest trapping potions in the game so far, so we're good to go there. The Bitter Remedy and Godfrey Spirits. Cool. Also, I believe we have 6 of these experience point tokens. We do, so we could learn a bronze skill. I'm not sure if we're going to. We've got Rage and Guard. Now, Guard says you may only use a skill if you're equipped with a shield. We're not. We could eventually get a shield. Or we can go for Rage, which says that whenever you take damage from an enemy, you may spend 1 health on your next attack to perform a rage attack, and the damage of your next attack is modified as determined by a d6 roll. So essentially, if you take damage from an enemy and you lose health, you can spend 1 health and then roll, and you can add the damage to your next attack. So you know what? I think we're going to learn Rage. We're going to learn Rage because that's a pretty powerful skill. We're already dealing a lot of damage. Let's get enraged and deal even more damage. Why not? Why not? Maybe we can one-shot the boss. I don't even know if that's possible, but maybe. We'll see. Okay, so it'll be a world's first. We're going to go ahead and put this here, and we get another combat quest token. Excellent. Okay, we need that wealth quest token. Is that what we're looking for, guys? No, we're actually looking for everything but that. We're looking for nature and mystic quest token. Here we go. Cool. So we got the campsite. You found a relatively quiet spot to set up camp, but you shouldn't linger for too long. Pick 1 action below. I think we're going to go ahead and rest. We're going to rest again. So I'm going to spend a ration. We'll cook it up over the campfire to gain d6 health and remove a poison. And we gain 5 health this time. That makes up for the 1 that we gained the other time. And that is 5 health right there. We're getting a lot of health back, guys. We don't have any poison to remove. Also, Fortitude removes a bonus poison whenever you rest at the campsite. Again, we don't have any poison to remove. And we're going to set this here on the tableau. And we get ourselves a nature quest token, dude. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Let's keep on going. We need a mystic quest token now. We've got an ambush. We've got an ambush. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm not going to go against my instinct. You catch your foe by surprise, and you gain the upper hand. We've got an orc. It says that you may avoid a battle with an orc by discarding 2 trinkets. Here you go. Take the loose pearls and the romantic poems and leave us alone. There you go. We're just going to avoid that. I don't want to spend the grit. I'd rather get rid of the trinkets than spend the grit. I want to conserve our grit as much as possible. Because again, this character doesn't have much grit. We also do have some rations that we could eat. We've got 4 rations right now. I'm going to eat 1 ration now, and you can do that between cards. And I'm going to gain a grit and a health back for doing so. There we go. And we still got 3 rations left. I always like to keep a few rations on me in case we end up pushing our luck into the labyrinth. because that eats up 2 of your rations, and you want to have at least 1 left for the end of the level so that you don't take 3 damage. So I like to keep at least like 3 or so on me. We're going to put this over here on the tableau, and we're getting pretty close to the end of level 3 here. And there's the altar. Dude, let's freaking go. Oh, we don't have any XP. I just spent it all. No, oh, it's okay, because we're gonna get the Mystic Quest token anyway. Okay, everything's fine. Sometimes the sanctuary is found in the least expected place. You kneel at the altar and pray for. Well, healing would remove poison tokens. We don't have any. Peace would remove curse tokens. We don't have any. We could pray for favor and move up 1 place on the morality tracker and gain a grit, which sounds awesome. And we would also gain a ration from the one-eyed toad. And then pray for guidance. You can discard 2 experience to gain 1 quest token of your choice. Again, we just spent all of those on rage, which is fine. So we're going to pray for favor. We're going to move up 1 place on the morality tracker. And we are going to gain 1 grit. And we also gain a ration from the one-eyed toad. So there we go. We get our ration right back. And then we can put the altar on the tableau. And look at that. We also get a Mystic Quest token. Amazing. We'll put that right there. And there we go, guys. We've completed the next quest. Okay. We're making good progress now. So we need nature. We also need combat. We still got a combat quest token left over too, which is awesome. I'm glad we got that earlier. And we also need the Mystic Quest token. It says you discover a bandit camp just outside of Bal Alrum. You spy 3 bandits and a bound woman. We can fight the bandits or we can pay the ransom. In order to pay the ransom, we would have to spend 3 trinkets. We don't have 3 trinkets. We just gave our last 2 trinkets to that orc that just accosted us. So we're going to fight the bandits. It says that you lose D6 health minus your brawn, and you gain the olive reward card. Now our brawn is 3, so we're going to go ahead and roll and subtract 3 from our roll. 2 minus 3 is -1, so we don't lose any health. We kick the crap out of the bandits, and we gain the olive reward card. Let's go. So let's go ahead and grab Olive. Olive gives you 0 attack. She adds 1 to your defense. So now we have 3 defense. She adds 1 to your carry capacity. So now we can carry 13 weight worth of items. And her ability says that whenever you resolve the campsite or the mushroom cave, you gain 1 bonus ingredient. She's got 3 morale. We can give her ingredients to increase her morale. And Olive loses 1 morale every time you gain poison. So we gotta keep our eyes peeled for that. Cool. More things to keep track of. So there we go. We've got Olive with 3 morale. Very good. Cool. Olive instructs you as to where she was heading before she was captured. So let's go ahead and see where she was heading. Says, you have heard rumors of the obelisk that you seek from Olive. Some say it has healing powers, and others claim it is made of pure evil. In any case, many have sought out the obelisk for answers to a variety of questions, and now you find yourself as one of those very people. We need a combat quest token. We've got it. Let's go. And we need nature and mystic quest token. So we'll set that up there. Let's continue into level 3. We're right at the tail end of level 3. We've got the false idol here. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this. Standing before you is an ominous statue of an ancient lord of the abyss. It is begging to be worshipped. What shall you do? We could beg for power, beg for health, or ignore it. We're looking pretty good on grit and health right now, honestly. So I think I'm just going to ignore it. We're going to move up 1 space on the morality tracker and remove a curse token. We don't have any curse tokens, but we'll move up 1 space on the morality tracker. And so our one-eyed toad is going to give us a ration for doing so. We're at positive 4 morality, dude. How cool is that? You would never see that in Iron Helm. This is really cool. Cool. So we're going to put the false idol over this way, I think. No, because we don't need wealth. I'm actually going to put it over here. I'm going to get another combat quest token and hope that the final quest is going to require a combat quest token. I think they all do, if I'm not mistaken. I think they all do. Okay, so let's put this over here, and we're going into the last room of level 3 of the dungeon. We've got a skirmish. I'm going to push my luck past it into a freaking ambush, dude. Your foe catches you by surprise and gains the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and add double the dungeon level to their health, and draw an abomination card and add the prefix to the enemy. The enemy attacks first. So we've got a thieving Balakor. Oh no. The Balakor does so much damage because it does 3 ice damage whenever it successfully hits you. So yeah, whenever the Balakor successfully hits, you take an additional 3 ice damage. If your attack misses against the Balakor, you lose 1 grit, and it's thieving. So if a thieving enemy successfully hits in combat, they steal 1 gold from you. And if you do not have gold, they will steal 1 random trinket. And it says if a thieving enemy misses in combat, you gain 1 gold. Cool. So let's go ahead and get into combat here. They get to attack first. He's got 8 plus 6 is 14 health. So he's going to go to 14. And the Balakor is going to get to attack. He's doing 2 damage, but we're blocking 3. So he gets -1 to his roll. So let's go ahead and roll. And he does 1. So he's getting -1? Yeah, he's getting -1. So he does no damage, but it is technically a successful attack because he didn't roll doubles. So it's going to add 3 ice damage to his attack. So we're going to take 3 damage. Like so. 1, 2, 3 right there. There we go. Okay, cool. We're going to retaliate. So he's got 1 defense. Also, if he successfully hits in combat, he steals a gold. And we don't have any gold, but then he would steal a random trinket. We don't have any random trinkets. So his thieving thing, it doesn't really work. Oh, also it says if a thieving enemy misses, you gain a gold. So, hey, if he misses, we might gain a gold, which would be good. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack him. So we've got the Amber Blade. And look, he's weak to fire, dude. I told you, I knew we would be running into some enemies weak to fire, man. You can use the knowledge of what enemies you've defeated to kind of, math that out and figure out what your chances are of running into certain enemies, which is really, really cool. So we're doing 5 extra damage. Minus his 1 would be 4, which would put him down to 10. Plus 3 from the Amber Blade would put him down to 7. So I'm just going to actually spend all 3 grit and guarantee the 1 shot as long as we don't miss. And we didn't miss. Let's go. So we're doing 7 plus 5 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Minus 1 is 12, which puts him down to 2. And then 3 fire, 3 fire damage takes him out. There we go. Let's go, dudes. The Balakor is no more. Treasure class A. 2 ingredients or 1 treasure. Let's grab the let's grab the treasure. A blessed tunic. Okay, that's pretty cool. Subtract damage from all enemy attacks based on your morality. If you've got 4 or more morality, your defense is 2. So this is essentially the scale armor, but again, the scale armor gives you -1 to your agility. But that doesn't matter for us because we've only got 1 agility, and it explicitly says your agility may never be reduced to less than 1. So technically these are like the exact same thing, but this weighs 3 and this weighs 1. So I think I'm actually going to swap them out. Yeah, I'm going to swap them out, and we just need to keep our morality at 4 or higher to get that 2 defense. Because if you have 1 to 3 morality, you get 1 defense. So the scale armor, absolutely amazing. I actually can't believe that I'm dropping this. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and drop it. Let's take stock of what we got. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7.5. So we're at 7.5 weight. There we go. We can hold up to 13 with olive. Cool. And I believe that was it for that. And then we're also going to get 2 experience points, which is fantastic. There we go. And then if you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus trinket. So we get a trinket as well. What does it drop? It drops an ivory comb. He was keeping his mane nice and combed. If you encounter the delirious recluse, you may give her the ivory comb and you will decipher her words without a mind check. In addition, she will also give you 2 ingredients. So we'll go ahead and hang on to that like so. And we'll put the Balakor under here. And we're going to put this over here. And we actually went through all of the abominations, dude. We went through the whole abominations deck. That's how many enemies we fought this game with abominations, like I mentioned earlier. It's like, man, every enemy we're fighting has an abomination. So we actually need to shuffle these up. There we go. Yes, I'm really shuffling. I know it looks like black magic, but I am shuffling the cards. There we go. It's an overhand shuffle. There we go. And the ambush, we're going to put... It doesn't matter where we put. We can't make a combat quest token or a quest token no matter where we put it. So we'll just set it over there. And that's it. That's the end of level 3, guys. Okay. Our hopes of recreating my insane run from last night where I fought and beat the boss in level 3 have been dashed. That's okay, though. That is okay. We're getting pretty close. We're getting fairly close. Let's go ahead and shuffle all of this up. We've only got these last 2 quests left. And that is it. This is an epic adventure. Get this nice and mixed. We'll set this here. And we're going to eat a ration in between levels, which will gain us a grit and an HP, like so. And we've got no poison, and we're going to go to level 4, like so. There we go. Cool. We're on level 4. Okay. Let's see here. Let's head straight in, guys. I don't think there's anything else I necessarily want to do over here. Nope. I think we're good on everything there. I believe. Oh, you know what, guys? You know what I just realized, dudes? I think I might have been making a big boo-boo. Guys. The Dull Gladius adds 1 to all your successful hits, and I think I've been adding that 1 damage every time I've been attacking. Oops. Let's double check. Yeah, 3 damage for it being brawn. 1 damage from might. Yeah, dudes, we're supposed to be at 4. Guys, that is my mistake. I have been making a big boo-boo. You know what? In order to make up for it, I'm going to roll a d6. I'm just house rolling this on the fly. I'm just going to roll a d6. However much I roll, that's how much health I'm going to lose. 1. Okay, well, I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's fair. We'll go ahead and lose the 1 health. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I totally spaced on that. There's so many little things to keep track of. My bad. Let's keep on going. I think the outcome would have been generally the same for the most part. Let's keep going here. We've got a false idol. We're going to go ahead and do this. Let's beg for... What do we want to beg for? I think I want to beg for... or I think I want to ignore it, because if we move down, we're not going to get the +2 defense from the tunic anymore, which is no good. So let's ignore it. Move up 1 on the morality tracker and remove a curse. So move up to 5. We don't have any curses, but we will gain a ration from the one-eyed toad. And again, guys, I'm sorry about that, guys. I do apologize. Yeah, that was totally my bad. Let's keep on going. But it's okay. We're just having fun. It's just a game. A treasure chest. Let's go. We gain a bonus grit and a bonus health when we resolve the treasure chest as the Yorny. That's his special ability. We open the chest to find that it's almost empty, and we gain a trinket, and it is wooden dice. They're worth 1 gold, and you may discard the wooden dice in order to reroll initiative in combat. So we'll hang on to that right there. Cool. We're going to put this on the tableau, and we're going to gain ourselves a wealth quest token, which we don't necessarily need for this quest, but we might need it for the final quest. Let's keep going. We got the altar. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Sometimes a sanctuary is found in the least expected place. We're going to pray for guidance, dude. We're going to spend these 2 tokens here, these 2 experience point tokens, and we can gain a quest token of our choice. So let's discard these. And what do we need? We need nature and mystic. So let's grab the nature quest token, since there's no options out on the board currently for that. We're going to put this here. Let's keep on going. See what we got. We got a skirmish. We're going to push our luck past it into an ambush. Oh, no. Your foe catches you by surprise and gains the upper hand. We've got an abomination card, and we're going to have a stout skeleton who's going to get to attack us first. He's got 6 health, plus 8 is 14. Enemies are not messing around down here in level 4 at that plus 8 health. Before combat, make a mind check, and if you fail, you gain a curse. We need a 5 or better. We didn't get it, so we're going to gain a curse. There we go. Okay, and then when the skeleton successfully hits, he takes an additional 2 ice damage, and he's stout. Stout enemies begin combat with d6 extra health. With 2 extra health. Okay, so he's got 16 health. There's 16 health skeleton. Stout enemies subtract 2 from their initiative. So he's got 3 initiative. We need 2 or better. Anything but a 1. We got a 4, so we get to attack first. And let's see what we're going to do here. He's only got 1 defense. So we're dealing 4 damage. Not 5, guys. 4 extra damage. So we're dealing 4. Minus 1 would be 3. He's not weak to fire. I don't know how much I should spend here. 3, that's going to bring him down to 13. And then if I spend 3 grit to do 7, that's going to bring him down to 6. And you can't deal 6 damage with the dice. 5 is the max you can do. So I'm not going to spend... No, I'm going to spend 1 grit. I'm going to spend 1 grit. We're doing 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 3 is 10. Minus 1 is 9 damage. So we put him down to 7. Okay, that was good. That was really, really good. Make sure I'm not missing anything. He's not weak to fire, so no extra damage for the Amber Blade. Think everything else is good? I hope. There's so much, guys. There's so many things to keep track of. The skeleton will attack. So he's going to do plus 1 damage, but we're blocking 3, so negative 2 to his roll. And he does 3. Minus 2 is 1 damage, but he also does 2 ice damage whenever he successfully hits. So we take 3 total damage. Okay, and then there we go. We're going to attack him again. I'm going to spend 1 grit. And we're going to be doing 4 plus 3 is 7. Minus, or plus rather, plus 2 is 9. Minus 1 is 8. And he's got 7 health, and we took him down. And there we go. We managed to take down an enemy with 16 health by only spending 2 grit right there. The Bastion is fantastic that he does 3 damage for 1 grit. Most of the other guys, I think there's only one other character. It might be the Savage who does, let's see, I actually want to see. I think it's the Savage does 3, and then everybody else does 2. So yeah, the Conjurer does 2, Savage, oh, the Savage does 2, it's the Scoundrel that does 3, and then the Ranger and the Herbalist also do 2 for 1 grit. So yeah, the Bastion and the Scoundrel, really strong with that 1 grit doing 3 damage. There we go. I'm making a mess. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we took down the skeleton. He's got treasure class B, so we get an ingredient and a gold or a trapping. Let's go for the ingredient and the gold, guys. So let's grab a gold. Let's grab an ingredient. We're going to double check our encumbrance. The Wisp Essence. So we got 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're at 9 encumbrance now. We also gain an experience point. There we go. So we've got an experience point. And whenever you defeat this enemy, you gain a bonus ration. Cool. So we gain another ration. And you know what? I'm actually going to eat that ration now in between cards to gain a grit and a health back. There we go. You cannot eat rations during combat. But we're finished combat, obviously. We killed them. So we pick up his food and we eat it. We're going to put this underneath here. And we're going to put this out on the tableau, and I'm going to put it here, and we're going to get another combat quest token. I think this is the record for the number of combat quest tokens I've acquired in a game of UnderQuest. Let's keep going. We got a mushroom cave. We're going to do it. You've stumbled upon a grove of young mushrooms, and we rolled a 4, and we gain a ration. Let's go. That makes up for the nasty poisonous mushroom that we picked and ate earlier. We're going to gain another nature quest token. And we need a mystic quest token here. We need a mystic quest token. We got a skirmish. I'm going to push my luck past it into the campsite. That is literally perfect. So we're going to set up camp, and I want to get back some, I think I want to get back some grit. So I'm actually going to cook and spend a ration to gain D6 minus D6 grit. So I'll spend a ration. Let's go ahead and roll. And we get 1 grit back. Not fantastic, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Actually, it's pretty bad because we spent a ration to gain 1 grit. And normally you can just eat a ration to gain a grit and a health. So that was pretty bad. That was actually pretty bad. So let's put this here. We're going to gain 1 Mystic Quest token. It could have been worse, though. We could have rolled doubles and got no grit at all. Cool. So we can complete this quest, and we're about to move into the 6th and final quest, guys. What an adventure it has been. We're going to use our Combat Quest token, our Nature Quest token, and last but not least, our Mystic Quest token. And how cool would it be if we've got the 3 quest tokens for the final quest? We'll find out here in just a moment. After much suffering, you find your way into a small dark room with a very high ceiling. The obelisk is centered in the room, and it is as tall as 5 men. If your morality is negative, you gain 2 curse tokens. If your morality is positive, you gain D6 health. Look at us being a good Yorny, dude. A good Yorny Bastion. Gaining 4 health, guys. Let's go. That is awesome. So we gain 4 health back. Hell yeah. Suddenly, the floor shakes below you and opens up to reveal a staircase leading below. Let's head down below into the final quest. Oh, we need a Mystic Quest token. We need a Mystic. The Heart Thief. As you slowly make your way down, you notice the temperature dropping. Soon you see ice on all the walls, and the wind picks up. Deeper yet, and all the surfaces are made of ice, and you can see your breath. You hear a distant howl, but cannot tell if it is the wind or something far worse. So we need a Combat, Mystic, and Wealth quest token. We've got the Combat and Wealth. We just need the Mystic quest token. And since I know that we're not going to need the Nature quest token, and we're not going to need this second Combat quest token, we can turn each of these in for experience points. So we get 1 experience point token per Combat quest token that we turn in. And I'm going to try to maybe get another skill before we reach the boss here. So we've got 3 XP. Let's keep on going. Ziggy is outside barking at the wind. We've got the Archangel. Dude, that's amazing, guys. We're at positive 5 on the morality track. We gain 5 health. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dudes, look at that. We're only missing 1 health. Holy moly, that was insanely good. We're going to put the Archangel here. It's going to gain us a Nature Quest token. Again, we don't need that, so I'm going to immediately exchange that Nature Quest token for another experience point. Let's go. We might actually be able to gain another skill. Let's keep on going. We found a clearing, and this is it, guys. Here we go. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw and resolve an encounter card. It looks like we're not going to get another skill, but let's go ahead and draw and resolve an encounter card. And we got Riddle Rock. In the clearing, you find a large stone wall with a face carved into it. As you approach, the eyes of the carving open up, followed by its mouth. This shakes the ground below you. A gruff voice speaks. Answer my riddle, and you are free. If you are dim-witted, you will see. Make a mind check. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. We need a 5 or better. Ooh, we didn't do it. We got a 4. If you fail, you roll a d6 and take damage shown below. Let's go ahead and roll. We rolled a 1. A 1 or a 2, you take 3 fire damage. Oof. Okay, so we're going to take 3 fire damage, but hey, at least we healed a lot of our health. So we're only missing 4 health, so we're down to 26 health. There we go. Let's put this over here. Ziggy is relentless out there, guys. He is relentless. I'm going to place this on the right side of the tableau, and we're going to get a Mystic Quest token, like so. And that is it, guys. That is it, dudes. We need a Combat Quest token. We need a Mystic Quest token, and we also need a Wealth Quest token. There we go. You finally reach a tunnel that leads to a large opening. Icicles decorate the ceiling, and you quickly spot a large female figure who lets out a scream as she charges you. Locate the Heart Thief boss card and add health to it equal to double the current dungeon level, and let the final battle begin. Here we go. Okay, so we're on level 4 at least. We got there with only 1 room left in level 4, so that's pretty good. So let's find the Heart Thief. There she is, right there. She's going to get double the dungeon level, so she's going to get 8 health added to her 17 to go up to 25 health. There we go. She's weak to fire, guys. So we got the Amber Blade ready to light her up. Before combat, make a brawn check. If you fail, lose 2 grit. We get +1 to our brawn checks from our might skill. So we need a 3 or better. We got it. Let's go. 3 plus the 4 is 7, so we pass. We don't lose the grit. When the Heart Thief successfully hits, you take 3 additional ice damage. Oof, she's like the Balakor, basically. That's why the Balakor is so nasty, dude. His ability is like a boss ability. Deal 3 ice damage. Super, super nasty. He's like a little mini-boss guy. Okay, cool. She's got 5 initiative. We need a 4 or better in order to attack first. And we got it with a 6, plus our 1 agility is 7. We get to attack first, and we're going all out on her, dudes. We're going to spend 3 grit. Like so. I think we've got 3 left. Yeah, we got 3 left for another massive attack. So we're going to be doing 4 plus 7 is 11 plus... Ooh, we rolled doubles. Okay, I'm going to spend a grit and gain a curse token, and we're going to re-roll. This is the first time we've had to re-roll all game. So we're doing 11 plus 2 is 13, minus 2 is 11, and we're going to go down to 14 HP. On the Heart Thief, also, she's weak to fire, and the Amber Blade deals 3 extra damage, so she goes down to 11. Okay, so we might 2-shot her, potentially. The Heart Thief is going to retaliate. She does 3 damage. We're blocking 3 damage, so it's just whatever she rolls. She rolls 2 damage, plus we take 3 extra ice damage, so we take 5 damage total. And then I'm actually going to spend 1 because I want to have 1 grit left over for reroll capabilities. So we're going to do 3... plus 4 is 7 damage, plus 4 is 11, minus 2 is 9, which puts her down to 2, and we add 3 fire damage since she's weak to fire, and she is dead. There we go, dudes. We took down the Heart Thief with the Yorny Bastion and the One-Eyed Toad, and it turns out he's pretty good. He is really, really good. What a powerful and fun character to play. I know it might be a little bit skewed because I messed up and forgot to take away that 1 damage from the Amber Blade, so maybe we would have taken a couple extra hits, but guys, we've got so much extra health. Even if we would have taken like 15 more damage or something, we'd still be alive. So I think it's okay. It turned out to be okay in the end. So there it was, dudes. There was a playthrough of UnderQuest. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We took down the Heart Thief, get absolutely wrecked. We could continue our adventure with the Yorny Bastion and the One-Eyed Toad in the next playthrough. But to be honest with you guys, we just beat the game on the red side of the cards. We're completely decked out. I think the Yorny Bastion and his One-Eyed Toad have proven themselves. So I think we're actually going to play a new character in the next one. Unless you guys really want to see the Yorny Bastion and the One-Eyed Toad continue. How about this? You guys let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to leave this set up and I'll wait to see what you guys say. And then, yeah, if you guys really want to see the continuance of this adventure with the Yorny Bastion and the One-Eyed Toad, let me know down in the comments below. Or if you want to see a new character, let me know down in the comments below too. And whichever ones I see more of, I'll go with that. So there it was, guys. There was a playthrough of UnderQuest. Let me grab the box from back here. Boink. There it is, guys. And once again, the crowd sale is ending at the end of today, basically, I think, when this video goes out. So be sure to get in on the crowd sale by heading to the description below the video and clicking the link, and it will take you over to the Game Crafter crowd sale page for UnderQuest, where you can get the game at a discounted price, and also both of these play mats will be available at a big discount, and the character sheets, the optional character sheets will be available as well. Now, you don't need the character sheets. It's just like an extra little thing that you can get. Same thing with the playmats. You don't need them, but man, are they nice. And with all of the different decks of cards and little tokens and everything, it's really convenient to have it all laid out on the playmat. So there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, man. If you did, hit that thumbs up like button down below, hit the red subscribe button, and click on the bell so you can stay notified whenever I upload brand new videos. And I'll have more playthroughs of UnderQuest and other solo tabletop games coming to the channel in the near future. Also, I want to shout out the channel memberships are now available on the Game Night YouTube channel. So if you want to show your support and you want to get some cool perks like emojis or access to videos early, be sure to sign up below by clicking the join button, and you can become a squire or a knight. I would recommend becoming a knight, of course. I mean, it is the higher tier, but you get better perks. Namely, you get to see the videos early, which is really, really cool, but totally up to you. And if you don't, and you just like to watch the videos and support that way, you are much, much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, guys, there it is. Also, one last little shameless plug. I've started a new channel, like I mentioned. It's the Game Night Gaming YouTube channel, and I stream video games over there. So I wanted to keep that separate from this channel since it's not board game related, it's video game related. Also, in hindsight, I kind of wish I would have called the channel Video Game Night. I think that would have been cooler. Maybe I could change it. I don't know. You guys let me know down below. Should I keep it Game Night Gaming or should it be Video Game Night? I kind of like Video Game Night. But anyways, so yeah, be sure to check that out in the description as well. I've been playing the game Hightail, which is sort of like Minecraft. It's a brand new game. I've been playing that a lot. And I've also been streaming Phasmophobia as well. And I'm also kind of looking into maybe getting a webcam to use on this channel and do live streams of tabletop games. So let me know what you guys would think of that, if that would be something interesting. And it would be cool to have you guys here with me. So that way I can like be reading chat while I'm playing and you guys can tell me like, you're adding 1 damage and you don't have the dog Gladius. So like that would actually help a lot to have you guys here with me helping out and playing along. I think that would be so fun. So that's something I'm thinking about doing. So anyways, guys, do all of those things. I really appreciate you guys so much for being here and watching and for all of the support. And yeah, and showing all the support for UnderQuest as well. Super exciting. It's almost here, guys. The crowd sale is ending today. So jump on it. And yeah, until the next one, have a good one. And I'll see you guys in the next video.